Look at him.
Famed.
What up, though, Culture Junkies? Welcome to another fantastic episode of Culture Junkies Live. I am your host, Kenshiro, massive comic book junkie and anime junkie. If you're wondering, today is my penance day. I lost a bet to our patron DeMarcus Smith, and I received the package in the mail at the end of the show last week, and I'm a man of my word. I am wearing it right now, decked out in full Carolina Panthers regalia. So I'll be doing the show today just like this, but today is a very important topic. We're going to try and probably fail to define something that has fandom all up in arms. What is woke? And why does it trigger so many people when they just hear its utterance? I mean, people just get angry when they hear, oh, you're doing woke, go woke, get woke, go broke, that type of deal. So I want to come with a couple of disclaimers. First of all, this is not an attempt to preach at anybody. There's going to be no political brainwashing going on. No, this is literally just a discussion. You can believe what you want to believe, but we felt like this topic was important enough for us to cover on this show because honestly, we're tired of hearing the back and forth about it. So, with that being said, make sure you buckle up and leave your egos at the door because this one might get ugly. So, going to war with me today in this quest is my staple of very, very good friends. To the right of me is the great Daddy Kuji. Did I get that right?
Daddy Kuji.
Did I get that right? Daddy Kuji?
Yeah, baby. That's my new nickname given to me by Google, the great Daddy Kuji. And he sounds like one of those old jazz musicians. Beep, 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 beep. Jazz, Daddy Kuji on the stage.
Got jazz hands? You need to do this. You do the jazz hands. There you go.
Daddy.
Yeah, there it is. All right. So, and as always, manning the ever-evolving soundboard of quotes and quips, the Dapper One GQ. What's up, man?
You thinking what I'm thinking, partner? Aim for the bushes.
There you go. Coming out from behind the captain's chair and joining us at the table for this one is a double girl. Hello.
Hey.
Look at the camera, not at the screen. Look at the camera, not the screen.
Look how they do me. I'm super blue.
She's a little blue.
I'm super blue.
Yeah, there it is.
The Carolina Panthers bleed over.
I know, right?
Yes, the Carolina Panthers bleed
wow,
over.
Look at that, the Blue Avenger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, KJ, the Blue Avenger is here.
Perfect timing.
I mean, that's perfect, ain't it? Isn't that perfect for the occasion? We're all blue here. Coming from
angel.
Wow. Okay. From remote, the angry fanboy magnet himself, Fallen Marvel, is here.
Oh, understatement of the year, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Well, what's up, everybody? We're here to tackle a really ironically interesting topic, but Kenshiro said it's probably going to be a little difficult. Honestly, it's a lot easier than folks think, but we don't get into it.
I don't know, man. People seem to have a hard time with it. And last but not least, the aspiring Pokemon master / Overwatch healer, Santaro, is joining us on the show as well today. What is up?
Hello, friends. You did not give me the memo about being blue, so I am pink. As always. Here I am.
As always, just like Slowpoke, right? Yes.
He's here. We're ready.
Indeed.
Very excited for today.
So if you're wondering, manning the controls, you won't be able to see him on camera today, but Simon Says is manning the controls. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. So if this is your first time watching Culture Junkies Live, thank you for choosing to spend your evening with us. We're going to be entertaining you for the next hour. The first 45 minutes of the show is going to be filled with the main topics of the program. The last 15 minutes is dedicated to you in the Power is Yours segment, where we'll be talking about anything under the sun. Whether it be movies, games, bad sports bets, that type of deal. We'll be getting all into it. But also, let me fill you in on how the show works. So you see the meters, the 2 meters that power up the show. The one to the right of me is our follower goal meter, which we've already met, and we gave the giveaway last week. But every month, if you fill the follower goal, we'll do a giveaway. Everybody that is in the chat, that makes a single comment, you're eligible to win a prize from GQ's treasure chest. And the goal right over here on, yep, that's right. The goal over here, over on this side, is our big goal extra life meter, where if you fill that up, we'll tack on an extra 15 minutes to the end of The Power Is Yours, thereby extending the show an extra 15 minutes. So let's get to the show. Running the gamut. I got a lot to get to, actually, so I got like 3 main topics. I'm going to try and read them all. You guys just bear with me. Let me run through them. So now, John Wick 4 obviously came out this past weekend. Did great at the box office. Myself, Dido, GQ, we went to go see it in the theaters. Simon Says was there with his wife, and it was a great time. But that ending could be taken certain ways. But according to Lionsgate president Joe Drake, he is quoted as saying, Foot dive! John Wick 5 is a possibility. Quote, there's a will and there's an openness. And you could certainly interpret that ending in different ways. I don't know. We'll see. We're all going to take a tiny rest here and then scratch at ideas about whether there's a credible way to get into John Wick 5, but there's no guarantee. We'll have to see what that means, but more John Wick is never bad. Let's just leave it at that. And other news today, Kevin Feige's nemesis, Ike Perlmutter, got his pink slip as the president of Marvel Entertainment by Disney earlier today. I know, slow clap. Definitely worth it.
Hopefully it is.
Definitely worth it. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's pretty much just, he's done. So that's what they say.
It's a bad time, Bob.
Okay, so Perlmutter, notoriously frugal and notably anti-diversity with regard to the early MCU cast and directing decisions, had tried to make a power play at Disney on the Disney board late last year. And that was thwarted by returning Disney CEO Bob Iger. When his power play ultimately failed, many had a feeling that the impending layoffs that are currently underway at Disney was the foregone conclusion that his tenure was over, was about to be over. His role had been vastly scaled back over the years anyway.
You have to make Disney money, otherwise you leave.
What's that?
You have to make Disney money, otherwise you leave.
Well,
Feige, to come after Feige is just a stupid thing. He had the MCU. Let's be real.
That's right.
That's the last person that they're going to side against. So come on now.
Right. And Perlmutter, as stated, did not have a great relationship with Feige at all, and he had even tried to fire him in the early MCU days, only to be thwarted by Bob Iger himself.
Could you imagine if that happened? We would have no MCU as it is today.
Well,
gosh.
Well, there is this. I said Ike Perlmutter was the one that sold Marvel to Disney in the first place. So. Thanks.
Yeah, I guess
so. I mean, that's fine. But what have you done for me lately?
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But that's as far as it goes.
Pretty much. All right. So new Tekken 8 trailers for Jack 8, Jin Kazama, Ling Xiaoyu. Oh, you forgot.
Jun Kazama.
Oh, Jun. It says Jin. So Jun Kazama came out today. Came out over the past week or so.
Days,
past couple of days. So, yes, there's still no release date yet. I think a lot of people are waiting for Yoshimitsu's trailer to come out at some point. We'll see. Also in gaming news, there are strong rumors that we're going to be getting a Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater remake within the next year.
No Kojima, no go.
Yeah.
Konami was said to have been positioning a reveal for around E3 this year. But speaking of E3, Sega and Tencent pulled out of appearing yesterday, and the future is looking even more grim.
E3 is almost pointless now.
Exactly. You're 100% right. All right. It's pretty much all but dead. Yeah. All right, y'all. That's more than enough quick news for the day. But we can revisit this and more later in the Power is Yours segment. We're going to pause for a little bit, pay some bills, and then we'll hit the ground running with the big topics.
Too soon.
No, come on. It's too soon. Come on.
Really, you gonna hit Patreon?
Yeah, come on.
Wow.
So, that way we know
the entire Culture Junkies crew would like to thank you for tuning into our programming. We hope you are enjoying our content as much as we enjoy making it. One thing that helps us continue bringing you our unique content is viewer support. By visiting the Culture Junkies Patreon page, you will have the opportunity to select the support level that works best for you. Not only will your support help keep the Culture Junkie Nation growing, but you will make yourself eligible to receive patron-exclusive swag. Please take a moment to consider supporting us and join the ranks of the supporters you see listed on the screen. We would like to also give a special shout out to our Culture Junkies level and above patrons: DeMarcus Smith, Fab Nerd Life, NanetteNet, The Other Steve, and Black Crowned Knight. Remember, for as little as $1 a month, you can support a Culture Junkie. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, so we appreciate all the patrons and all that other sort of thing. You know, if you are not a Patreon or patron, you can go ahead and go on over to our Patreon page, sign up. You know, we have patron perks and other cool stuff and shout outs and all that other good thing. Plus, you might get your, you know, as Takeem said, you might get the smooth grooves and sound, hear your name in my, with my voice. But Dino's got a couple of redeemed messages to reply to. So go ahead there, sir.
So, Takeem, we saw you out there highlighting your messages, man. Let's see. Amber.
I got you. Oh, no.
I can't see myself.
There you go.
Nobody, no death. Well, I don't know if that's too much spoiler. I don't know if anybody in here seen it. I mean, there kind of was a body, dude. You didn't see rigor mortis, but you saw a body.
To get that rigor.
It was there. And, I mean, come on now. He said nobody, no death. I saw a body.
Right.
Clearly laid out. Now, could he have passed out from blood loss? Yes.
Yeah, might have been
or
taking a nap.
what have you.
Yeah.
And then somebody murks Winston, his new concierge, a lanky man with dyed blonde hair and a gruff voice, seeks those responsible, titled concierge. So, from my understanding, the concierge TV show is supposed to take place in the 70s. It's not even going to be current. They should move it to the
Continental? Or
That's what I meant.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got you.
That TV show is apparently still happening, but it's not going to be like current.
Nice.
And they were talking about like a young John Wick. But I get that Keanu Reeves is in his 50s, but somebody who's in their 50s now was a teenager in the 70s.
Yep.
So unless he's a freaking, not even a teenager, they'd be like 10 years old. Because if you were born 1970 to 72, you are a young kid in the 70s.
The thing is, though, here's the other thing. As we saw in the John Wick 2, I'm sorry, in John Wick 3, they're training. Remember, they're training, you know, they had them young.
Yeah.
I guarantee you some of those, you know, older kids were probably going out on missions in their late teens.
A possibility. I mean,
I would imagine. You know, you don't get a reputation like he has if you ain't been around for some time doing your thing.
That's true.
So.
He would have been born in the mid-60s and late 60s, but what have you. See, we don't really know at the moment, but that's what and the ballerina. There also is going to be a spinoff called The Ballerina, which is Thanks Prem. I forgot about that one.
The ballerina?
Yeah, it's a spinoff.
They already had a couple ballerina movies. They had like Anna and a couple other movies. Go ahead, Paul.
Well, if I remember correctly, aren't like the women that's the dancers like come from like the same house that John Wick's supposedly from?
Their house was all about, you know, wrestling and dance, basically.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That might be interesting to kind of give a little bit more background on that or whatever.
You mean Black Widow? That's what's going to be, the Black Widow long out TV show.
Right. It'll be Black Widow all over.
Sure, that story has had its roots in like other espionage stuff before. So, I mean, hey,
life imitates
it's cool
art.
Either way.
Yeah. Life imitates art, imitates life. So, yeah, we're going to see another variation. I mean, you saw something like that. What was the name of that? Like Chorus Recoil is an anime. Very similar. We have girls who look like schoolgirls wearing schoolgirl outfits, but they're all John Wick-like assassins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you even had Soul. But go ahead, Sam.
Absolutely ridiculous.
You should watch it.
And great.
It's really good. The main character.
Convincing.
Yeah. The main character doesn't want to kill, though. She's the only one that will not, and she has her reasons, and you watch it, you find out. But and she's like literally the best one because she can dodge bullets like up close and shit. So it's kind of cool, I guess. Yeah.
In the Matrix.
Yeah, sort of. But it's a definitely an anime, in my honest opinion, worth watching. Because I don't know, I've been watching a lot of I wouldn't say weird anime as of late, but just things that have been coming out. But like speaking of John Wick, that one right there is very John Wick-esque, and I could see them pull stuff from, because you know how anime inspires live action movies. Like I hear about Creed 3, which I have yet to see. I can see them pull stuff like that into. And speaking of pulling from stuff, we were all at least I was about the supposed what do you call that scene? Oh gosh, why is it leaving? Hotline Miami scene.
Oh yeah,
And they said it wasn't Hotline Miami that they got the inspiration from. It was another video game that had an top over view. And it's
original Grand Theft Auto. Go ahead, Fallen.
No, I know what he's talking about. I can't think of what the name of it is or whatever. But you said it's like one of those like top-down shooters.
Yeah, it's a top-down shooter, and they actually, because like the Dragon Breath thing, they were showing it like the slow-mo and all that stuff, and I was like, oh, that's what it. Because the interview asked him about Hotline Miami, and Keanu Reeves and I think it was the director was like, nah, we never played that. We got it from a different video game. I was just like, oh, that sucks, because Hotline Miami.
Yeah, I mean it's very Hotline Miami for sure, as far as what we've seen and what we figure. But at the same time, there's been a couple of other games that have done the same top-down view. So I mean, it's Hotline Miami may have popularized it in the modern, but I mean, obviously we all grew up with Atari. Most of that stuff was top-down. Obviously, it wasn't to that level, but I mean, they had some top-down. Oh, look who's back!
All right,
still got that Panthers jersey on.
Have we had enough fun yet?
It was burning his skin. He had to go put something on.
They could clearly see me right behind GQ, right?
No,
like they can see me lean over the computer as I was fixing something. So anyway, sorry about that. Let's get real quick to this first topic that I wanted to bring up. So Jonathan Majors, unless you've been living on a rock, has kind of hit a little bit of a trouble. You've heard about his recent issues. His arrest and his arraignment for assault and domestic violence has dimmed what has been a meteoric rise in Hollywood over the past year. So the question is, I have for all of you, what will become of Kang should his problems persist? Thoughts?
I really do hope they doesn't, because I know a lot of stuff came out really fast that people accuse him of doing stuff. You start losing stuff. And then there apparently was video evidence and testimony from people that was like, hey, look, this guy didn't do what he said. She's lying. But the prosecutor apparently is still going forward with it. So, hopefully they will, be able to just, hey, this is evidence. This stuff ain't true. You guys got to stop with the BS and move forward. And then we'll get the Kang that we all need and deserve. Or the recast. I don't want to see a recast.
All right, I'm going to jump in because you guys know I hate stuff like this.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be 100% straight up with everybody. Once you get famous, don't get attached to anybody, like ever. It's not even worth it. Just be single, because for him to be where he is in his career, basically at the forefront of potentially being the next Denzel. He's not obviously on Denzel's level yet, but he's on his way. For him to get caught up over something this stupid is just like, dude, don't even bother. Like this is where I would have somebody killed. I'm sorry. It's like I'm just being straight up. I'm just being straight up.
Y'all need to understand who this man is.
That escalated quick.
I would not let any. I am in the middle of being. It's like I'm in the middle of Kang Dynasty. I'm the big bad of the MCU for the next 6 years potentially. I'm not letting anybody mess that up at all over anything. If I'm getting a text message, leave my phone alone. You are not even allowed to look at my phone if I'm on that level. Are you crazy? That's just stupid. But
isn't this just the way of being famous though? I mean, think about like the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp like court things. They were like streaming on YouTube. Or think about like Justin Roiland from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
And he actually was convicted though, if I recall correctly, but just at the allegations, gone from everything. Like when you're famous, like you were saying at that level, like you can't mess around because everyone will take anything that happens to you, good or bad, and blow it up. So you got to be smart.
When you're blowing up the way he is and all that, like even though Justin Roiland like probably got, I think he still has like multiple stuff that he got to deal with or whatever. And like even though one got dropped, like there's still like other such stuff that's been going on. But as far as Jonathan Majors, like there's no evidence. There are people that are coming out saying this, that, and the third. Of course, they wait until this happens, which I find kind of ironic. But you know, if they say they have evidence and it's enough for like to where it can't go any further, then I think he's going to be fine. So, but we have to wait and see.
Absolutely right, Takeem. Time for a hit.
So this is famously why Derek Jeter, star shortstop for the New York Yankees,
biracial angel,
he's a biracial angel.
Yes, did not get married until after he was done.
See, smart.
And he never had a committed girlfriend the entire time he was playing.
Yep, send them flowers.
Yeah, that's true. But you might be surprised at how easy it is to rent sometimes.
Yeah. And he was renting them because, from my understanding, what I heard, it was when the night was over, he called them a car and some flowers.
Sent them on their way.
Like, you got to go.
Have I not said from the beginning, even before Chappelle brought it up?
I remember before
the
Chappelle
love contract.
Yeah.
Here's what's going to happen. I'm cutting you off once we're done. Don't call me. Don't look at me. Don't anything me. We're done. Completely done.
That's right.
Absolutely done.
It was consensual.
All right, people. That's enough about Jonathan Majors. We'll have to see what Marvel will do at the end of the day if Kang gets recast or anything like that. Honestly, I think this is probably going to blow over. At the end of the day.
So, otherwise, it's about to be. They're really gonna bring in Franklin Richards. Right. You know what? Kang was white. We made a mistake.
Yo, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh boy, can you imagine? All right, y'all. So let's get to the next very hot topic: defining woke in pop culture. So how does one define woke? Right? The dictionary says woke is an adjective derived from the African American vernacular, English, AAVE, for those of you who like acronyms, meaning alert, quote, alert to racial prejudice and discrimination. That has been the textbook definition for most of the time up until 2010. Then 2010, things started to morph into being different as LGBTQ plus causes have grown, as diversity has started to take shape in Hollywood and other forms of pop culture. It has been perverted and subverted into something different. A very good friend, former panelist on the show, Josh L., actually sent this to me. He said, the working definition, which is open to modification, as he said, and this is no slam on Josh because we love him. He's a good friend, been there for a while. He says, woke is an adjective meaning speech, imagery, or behavior designed to signal allegiance to the radical left-wing views of society, particularly as it relates to the ideologies of neo-Marxism and postmodernism, often for purposes of social re-engineering.
Where the hell did you get that definition? That sounds like.
Did you hear what I just said? I said this literally came from Josh.
Yeah, I know, but oh my gosh, that is so wrong.
I agree. So now,
my head hurts.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. So people,
wrong with a capital W.
Let's
Cheryl in space.
Let's hear what other people have to say. And let's let Adobe Girl go first because she actually hasn't really spoken much in this entire show. So, Adobe Girl, what would you say as a proud casual? How would you define woke in pop culture, in the pop culture context?
In the pop culture context, I just go by woke like you're aware. It's awareness.
Of.
It's just awareness of what's out there. Usually it pertains to social justice, you know what I mean? Like, sure. Yeah, but that that definition you gave about how it's an allegiance to the radical left. Wow. Okay.
That sounds like somebody who's on a radical right.
Wow. Yeah,
I mean,
the echo chambers are real, man. Like before appropriation used to mean you took credit for something. Now it just means you celebrate something. Like, no, you mean, so woke means now you can't just be aware, but now you're going to be a radical left person if you say you're aware of something. Seriously? I don't know. My definition for this, dude, I mean, to me, it's just to be aware and to ask, well, how can I be better? How can I be better about this?
Okay.
You know what I mean? But that's just me. Oh wow, that's a interesting definition you have though.
Dio,
No.
the other half of Adobe Girl, how would you define woke?
I mean, it's this exact same thing. It is to be aware of certain things. I mean, the way I look at it, human beings, a lot of us are shit. I'm just straight up because, like, if you see
True
yourself,
True.
if you see yourself and you live in any kind of society around with anybody, you would want yourself and everybody to be good, because if everybody is good, you can be good. If other people are bad, they can try to make you bad. You would never, in my honest opinion, purposely go out of your way to make other people's lives difficult. But there are people out here that do it on a daily basis. They want to make other people's lives difficult because somehow they think that their life is going to get better. And for the life of me, I can't understand why you would be ignorant to that fact. It was one thing that I was watching on YouTube, I don't know how long ago, and it talked about narcissistic altruism. And what that means is you look out for your other people because you want to look out for yourself. You don't hurt somebody because you don't know if that person over there is going to cure cancer, cure whatever, be a surgeon. Because if you act like an asshole at tourism and they never arrive at their potential, then you don't get fed. Feed them and they will feed me. You a altruistic narcissism. And I'm like, why can't more humans be like that? Because you could be selfish as shit. You want to be good. You want your shit to be good. So you want everybody else to be good.
Okay. All right.
To me, just the life of me makes no sense to me. And if I was Thanos, it wouldn't be half of the population.
It'd be 2/3, maybe.
It would be 2/3.
Yeah, it'd be 2/3.
Oh
All
my
right, no, I hear
goodness,
that.
no.
All right, so
Oh,
no,
no.
appreciate
No,
that.
'cause
Appreciate that cheer.
Things need to
Shouldn't
change.
come
You stop. People need to stop.
So let me ask you. Let me ask this to the fanboy, the angry fanboy magnet over there. Let me ask you how do you define woke to people who view anything where if you say you're race swapping or you're elevating a person of color or a person of a gender to a position of prominence, that they feel that this is virtue signaling, saying that they have to like this person just because they exist. What do you say to that?
I would say, and I know they won't even if I say it, learn your history. Just learn history with media studies and all that. The thing is, what people that always tend to do, and they always tend to leave out, they completely forget that Caucasian has been the default for the majority of popular media.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's been the default for character creation, cartoons, movies, even before cinema. White was the default.
Right.
So obviously at this point, with things being more understood, learning that there's more cultures out there, different perspectives and things like that, it would make sense that the media that we have kind of looks like the world that we live in. So realistically, a lot of the characters that we've grown up with now, sans iconic characters at this point, because I do feel like at some point it's just like, hey, certain characters shouldn't be touched. It's fantasy media, but I feel like once characters reach a certain iconicism, hey, it's what everyone has grown to know and love. Leave it at that. That's how I feel.
Okay.
But at the same time, we also have to level the playing field. And we still have a lot more work to do when it comes to that. And it comes down to this, okay? Especially when it comes to big studios, what always stands out is what the intention of whatever they're going to make. That is what makes or breaks anything. I already had a discussion with someone, quote unquote discussion, that they always feel the need to bring up the casting as which attributes to a potentially bad script. And it's like, no, casting only has anything to do with the bad script if the actor can't do their job. So the casting has nothing to do with it. So the thing is, even before we've had more diverse casting, it all hinged on how good the script is. because we've had the same incompetence back then with bad movies as we do now. The only difference is that there are situations, CW, that when they try to, again, they kind of use the forefront where, hey, look who we're getting for this person, and then we get the story, then it's garbage. But then we have really great diverse casting with stuff like, the Walking Dead, Stranger Things, and so on and so forth. And it's like, okay, we're leveling the playing field because now it looks like the world that we live in that has different people in it. So
okay,
it all comes down to, like, to piggyback off what Dido and Adobo Girl said. It's only one definition and one that only matters. It's to be aware of the world around you.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, so to hop in here and help us define woke from the side of you're a white person.
Yep.
Right? I was trying to be gentle about it, right? But clearly,
oh my goodness.
You say from her perspective.
From her perspective.
Yes.
Say
So
from her
please,
perspective.
from your perspective as a white woman, how would you define woke in popular culture?
Okay, so I genuinely agree with the awareness thing. And that's really because as much as I read up on other cultures and other ethnicities, I will never be able to experience things from that perspective because I am just not in that same seat.
Okay.
So awareness, because I will never be able to experience that, the most that I can do is just keep learning and to open my ears to the people around me, the people of color around me, because I will never know. And I loved the character thing that you brought up, Marvel, because one of the things that got me was did anyone see the remake for Ghost in the Shell?
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
Makoto is an Asian woman.
Well,
and she is not a white lady.
Let's not do this.
I've defended this
real quick,
a long
make it
time
quick.
ago. Real quick.
There's nuance with
mean,
that one.
there is
nuance with that one.
But I really
Makoto,
her name was Makoto. Her name was Makoto.
Her body, that is not a real body. Her body was manufactured in Russia,
Right.
so the body is not Asian. And it was something, if you go back and watch the anime,
yeah,
the ghost that was came alive, they had literally the exact same body at the end of the movie where they were looking at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Her body is not what you call it. So they kind of got that part right. People just wanted to see an Asian.
They wanted to be angry about that. They wanted to be angry about that.
They just wanted an Asian
There's
woman.
an example.
And the
A
original
perfect
creator co-opted that and said that, when he did that, like, he intended for the character to be completely ambiguous because that was the future. Like, hardly anyone had their real body anymore.
Right.
So,
all right, go ahead, Sam. No, finish, Sam, please.
Like an Asian American, you know what I mean? Like someone who was like half and half. I don't know. At the time, because when did that movie come out? A long time
2016?
ago.
2016?
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt weird. I don't know. Makoto, I don't know. I didn't see her as Scarlett Johansson. But regardless, there was even another example of, has anyone seen like Winx Club? Like old school fairies? You guys probably have
man, the Winx Club. Yes.
My childhood. But
Winx
same thing. They had brought in
Winx
characters that were supposed to be Hispanic and then they weren't. And I was a little sad about that. But I will say that this is one of the reasons why I really support and appreciate games like Overwatch, because it has an incredibly diverse roster of people in that game. They've got, there's some that are considered like autistic. There's different ethnicities, cultures, races, and like literally there's so many races. There's robot people, and I appreciate that. But as far as being woke, I can understand that it's triggering, and usually it's for like older generations. I've
Damn
seen
boomers.
Well,
and that's because I think a lot of the issue is that people are comfortable in their homes, in their bubbles, behind their keyboards, behind whatever. And when uncomfortable topics come up, they would rather discomfort another person's existence than themselves. And that's what I've seen, is that your existence and acknowledging you is too uncomfortable for me. Like that's like the vibe that I get.
Shit, we going to church up in
Many
here.
conversations.
Yeah, we going to
with
church
older
in here.
people.
Woo, we going to church
So-
up in here. Preach.
Hey,
That's what I've seen.
hey, she hit the nail on the head with that one,
Mhm.
and I will go one more. It's the fact that when they want to describe something as woke, considering that they are supposed to be ahead of everything that they are supposedly against, what they are doing is also considered woke. So it's an oxymoron to be used.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
Did
So-
anybody see Erica Badu's? Because they actually, because supposedly she coined the term somehow. I don't know how, but they interviewed her to ask her what her definition, and it basically, she says it is to be aware, of course, but she also are saying it's like it's a code word for the other side to mean black, and that's basically.
Is woke
Okay.
the new African American? Is this
No,
is this
I
what
don't know. We'll
Woke-
see.
woke-
G-
woke is the-
Like-
woke is the new- yeah.
Hold up.
Is a euphemism? Yeah.
I saw this in a headline. They said that basically when they use woke, it's woke with the hard R.
Wow. Okay.
Oh.
Message. GQ, jump in there real fast. Try and define it, and let's hit the other side of this.
Well, thanks, Fallen. You took what I was about to say. But that's okay though. It happens. King Takim redeemed a message that keyboard warriors are the loudest version of coward.
Ooh, yeah.
So true.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, woke essentially, like has been said, is the new, at least the way it's used currently, the new other. Essentially, it's really being used as a way to those people over there, not us here, but those people over there. And it's just like realistically, and then people love to say go woke, go broke and all that. It's like, and they love to use that with Disney, who is still
Especially
one of the most powerful media conglomerates in the world, regardless of losing subscribers on Disney Plus and all that. It's like, do you think that really matters?
Right.
When they have parks, when they have merchandise, when they own pretty much every damn movie you can think of in some form or fashion, they're involved in every freaking movie that comes out through ILM, or the fact that Fox, their entire Fox back catalog, their own back catalog, everything Star Wars, everything Marvel. You think they're going to go broke anytime soon?
Nope.
Come on.
Never.
So
They can buy the new governor if they really want
Exactly. It's like, and
to.
again,
They fund his whole campaign. It's like, we put you in there and you erase whatever this guy did,
Right.
we'll make you governor.
right. It's hilarious to think that it's like, people are so up in arms about other. They're so worried about what other. It's like, you know what? Mind your own business. I remember a time when like you kind of looked out for yourself. You helped other people when you could help other people, but I wasn't sitting here trying to oppress everybody around me. It's like, why did that suddenly become the new thing to do? It's just
Cancel
it's just-
culture?
Okay.
not even cancel
Oh, yeah.
culture, just in general. It's just like you can't do anything that you want to do because I said so. It's like, but why?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So hold up. Let's get into the other half of this conversation then. So we tried to define woke, and we the major thoroughfare there is that woke is being aware, but it's also having empathy for people that are not you. Right. That's the bare bones. So
Yes.
in while that sounds very benevolent and altogether altruistic, right?
Yeah.
Why is it so triggering for those certain people to say, hey, if this is woke, you're trying to tell me how to feel, how to act? Because it almost is like it's saying, if it's woke, you're holding up a mirror to the negative aspects of their personality, and that makes them uncomfortable, like Sam said. So why is it so triggering to acknowledge that woke is there such a thing? Is it bad to be woke in pop culture? Is there too much? Like, could we be tipping the scales too far in one direction? I guess
No.
is no.
No.
I'll say it like this. The thing is, people want to be the heroes in their own story. They don't like to be
Sure.
depicted as a villain.
Mhm.
So when you do that, then you're stepping on anything that makes them feel any way they, whatever. So like my thing is this is like if you see something and you feel a certain kind of way, then you have to ask yourself, okay, why do you feel that way? Why is it so upsetting for you that people who have been clearly marginalized for so long, and of course, like there's always like this reverse psychology saying, like, oh, we've had a black president. No, so
Doesn't mean anything, right?
it's
Yep.
right. So it's like it comes down to when people don't like the fact that they're no longer the hero in their own stories. And it's like, well, you guys can learn and you guys can be allies and we can all do it together. But no, like, because they're obviously, if they're bothered, then there's a certain type of superiority that they're still trying to hold on to, and they're mad when it's not that anymore. Now that's not to say that there have been examples of them trying that and it blowing up in their faces, aka actual pandering. So when you actually get to when you're actually pandering and it doesn't pay off, then that's when it starts becoming more ammo for certain sect of people to say, like, oh, see what they're doing. So it's like, it becomes just like this constant circle. So yes, there are times where when they do diverse stories or when they try to diverse a cast or whatever, it can come off as disingenuous, and that does happen quite a bit. But that's happened countless of times in the past before we even got this far, where you've had Asian leads, female leads, black leads, Muslim leads, and so on and so forth. It's just a new flavor of the month for conservatives to just have another boogeyman to blame when they're getting called out on their bullshit.
Okay.
So
all right. Somebody else jump in here. Why is it triggering for some of this certain subject? I love to hear from a double girl because, like, again, you always just be fading in the background and just don't be talking. So
wait.
please.
I'm processing here. So, I mean, look, diversity is wonderful, and the conservatives, they want to keep the status quo. I mean, if you're comfortable, then you want to keep the status quo. I don't know.
So you think it's a fear thing?
It could be. I mean, like what Fallen said was, you have to ask yourself, why does this make you uncomfortable? And if being the standard and not feeling like you're not the standard anymore is making you feel uncomfortable, you got to ask yourself, why? We're all human here. Yeah. Yes, it is. I mean, it's gotten to the point where both sides are telling each other what to do, what to say, what to think,
how to feel.
You can't just enjoy something now without someone criticizing you for enjoying something that is not necessarily designated to you by society.
Okay, you know what?
You know what I'm saying?
Great example of this, right?
Yeah.
Much was made about people wanting to play Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep, that was a big one.
Because if you liked Hogwarts Legacy, if you wanted to play it, you were supporting TERFs. You were supporting J.K. Rowling, who is anti-trans. I don't think she's ever been anti-gay.
Didn't she backpedal and apologize for that?
No.
I thought she apologized.
No.
J.K. Rowling, come on.
So again,
she's a billionaire. She don't give a shit about that.
Nope.
So on the opposite side, where there's been this pushback from probably conservative-leaning people who said, "Hey, this person is anti-trans, but she has a property that I enjoy." There's people on the left and the right that love Harry Potter, that can't go without Harry Potter, regardless of what Harry Potter's creator feels personally. They just want to enjoy something that they enjoy, right? They don't want to feel guilty about enjoying it. So there's that aspect of it where I feel like the left gets it wrong. They're trying to punish people for enjoying things that they like because they want to attach political connotations to them.
Everything.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep. They're trying to attach it to everything.
I mean, okay.
I'm on the...
Yeah.
it's also you get into that uncomfortableness. It's like, what's more important to you, supporting the thing you really love, or like not supporting that lady who kind of is a pos? I'm on the fence, because I don't think that people shouldn't be allowed to enjoy things that they love, but at the same time I'm putting money in her pocket. So the workaround is maybe you buy the game off of somebody else.
That's what I say.
Pirate.
Like, does it count? It doesn't count.
Like, this is the thing. It's always difficult with properties that have taken on a life of their own. And Harry Potter has grown far beyond J.K. Rowling at this point, even though she's the creator. But the license basically lives on its own, so she's gonna make money regardless.
Well,
regardless.
Han brought that up right there. He said, "Is there any difference between buying the game and visiting the theme park?"
Yeah.
And to me, it's one of those situations where it's like, let's be real. You know, all. This goes back further than any of us were alive.
Yeah.
Like Genghis Khan was played by John Wayne. Like
freaking
Cleopatra was played by Elizabeth
Taylor.
It's like, clearly those are not the people that should be playing those parts, but back then it was not going to go to any of those people from that.
That was the default. Yep.
Wasn't it Mickey Rooney was playing Charlie Chan?
Yes.
Like a long time ago? Like,
so
my people.
You know, so like this has been a problem for a very long time. But at the end of the day, when it comes back to this Harry Potter thing, for example, until somebody in Star Wars says, F all of you Negroes and Latin people and all that, I'm going to be buying my lightsabers. I'm going to be buying my daggone movies. I'm going to be doing all of that, because at the end of the day, I like Star Wars. I don't care who's sitting in charge of it, really.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like at some point you have to decide what hill are you ready to die on.
So
because if you want to be entertained by something, at the end of the day, it's just a story that's being told. It's something you invested in and you like. Does that really have to define your entire everything else? I think that's the kind of the problem, in my opinion, of how people look at some of this stuff. It's like, look, I'm not living and dying by Harry Potter. I enjoy the stories. I'll play the game if I think the game is fun. That's about it. Go ahead, Dido.
I mean, I know exactly what you mean. There's like two things that come to mind outside of Harry Potter that people have no problem doing. Ford, and I drive a Ford, though I bought it used, and Chick-fil-A. Ford being the guy who started Ford. I hear he was not.
He was a piece of work.
My God, was
Hitler. They said Adolf Hitler had a photo of this guy, because that's how anti-Semitic and racist this guy was, that Adolf Hitler idolized Henry Ford, but his products are still around here today. Henry Ford's not here anymore.
Yeah.
But his products are still on. He did a lot, and he did hire black people back in the day. He gave them jobs.
Yeah.
So it was,
Walt
he had
Disney.
his own ideology.
Nuance.
Then Chick-fil-A, they do bring food to community. People say, I've never eaten Chick-fil-A. I'm not a big fan of their stance on how they say certain things. People are people. People can love who the hell they want to love. It's none of anybody's business. And I think that should be, they need to stop politicizing stuff.
Yeah.
But because they went out and said something, I'm like, well, do I want to give Chick-fil-A my money?
Right.
Because you guys had to say, you should have kept your mouth shut.
Well,
and you do whatever the heck. And you, from other people, I mean, some people don't care. They just really don't care. They will buy Chick-fil-A, they'll eat Chick-fil-A, and they also feel and think like how I think. Like, you know what? People should be able to do what they want, and it shouldn't be any issue. But I don't care. I like Chick-fil-A. So, like Sam said, buying the game used, you're not directly giving anything. That money's already been given to.
Yeah,
so you're giving money to the person who initially bought it, and that's kind of my stance.
So let's look at it like this, right?
Wolverine, Solid X said
combo.
Title has unlocked the voice, so he's echoing now. So
Wolverine said the line be too long for Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A is Chick-fil-A is the fastest drive-through in the world.
What?
They are faster than
the lines be long.
The lines be long, man. Maybe it depends on when you go.
No. Chick-fil-A's line is long because as soon as they clear out that line, more people are already basically coming in.
Yeah.
If you ever go to Chick-fil-A and get in their drive-thru, you will be in and out in 5 minutes.
Really now?
And as long as them lines
man.
No. Chick-fil-A is the fastest fast food. They're faster than that one McDonald's in Chicago.
Okay.
And that was one of the fastest McDonald's we've ever seen.
Yeah.
The Anime Central McDonald's.
Yeah.
Okay, because Popeyes had me in line for an hour, man.
Popeyes is garbage.
Man, we went to Popeyes the other day. Popeyes is garbage.
Straight
Their
up.
You'll be there all
Their
day. man.
service is garbage, and I said that. Guys, we went to
That chicken's
Popeye.
delicious.
The freaking line was around the building. So we
Popeyes.
said, let's go inside and order our food. They had both doors locked in the middle of the day. You couldn't go inside and order your food.
Well,
Exactly.
I guess we can count out Popeyes as a potential sponsor.
Popeyes,
of
I love your chicken. Popeyes, I love your chicken. Chicken tastes good.
I will eat chicken
I waited.
shack.
I waited an hour.
Chicken shack,
Come
I
on,
love you.
You waited an hour?
I
Go
will
ahead,
eat
go ahead.
chicken
I will
shack.
wait an hour for your chicken. I'm sorry,
You can.
Popeyes.
I will eat chicken
I'll-
shack.
Whatever. I don't love that chicken at Popeyes.
You
They're
don't.
waiting with you, a double girl. I'll be there with you. Don't worry.
Popeyes
So-
has some okay
It's
biscuits.
good.
Yeah.
I'll be playing my video games
All right.
while I'm the
Well, let's
It's okay.
let's try and put a bow tie on this, right?
Bow tie.
Let's,
tie.
yeah, let's
Ooh,
try. Yeah, we need,
all
we need to
right.
wrap this up because we've already gone over. So
Oh,
what
dang.
I'm trying to say is that
Time flies when you're
I
talking about
think
chicken.
it's bad when the right demeans and demonizes bringing awareness to.
It's bad when anybody does it, not even just the right.
Let me
It's
finish.
bad when anybody does
Right.
it. Go ahead, finish.
So
up.
when the right demonizes people just for existing, that's terrible. Media should reflect the world that it's a part of. That is true. When people say that there shouldn't be black elves or black people in the Lord of the Rings just because there never has been before, that's not a reason to keep them out. But it's also bad for the left to demonize people for enjoying things that they like just because they enjoy them. Don't make people feel guilty for liking what they like. It is a personal decision if they choose not to support someone or support an IP
Can we
just
just-
because the person behind it is a piece of shit. Disney himself was an avowed
Kind of a
racist.
piece of shit too.
He was an avowed racist. That ain't gonna stop any of us from
I
liking
mean,
Disney.
Disney is now one of the most diverse things I watch.
That's
now.
true, but
You know, Miss Marvel, man, that was dope.
If you would listen to like Disney himself back in the day, if we were to act like some of these people on the right or on the left are, we wouldn't be able to enjoy Disney because Disney was a racist.
Well, okay, so
Yeah.
so one thing I
True.
can say is the people I hold near and dear, we don't always see eye to eye, but we
Right.
can agree to disagree.
Sure.
We can agree to disagree. We can say, hey, you like, yes, okay, enjoy your Chick-fil-A. That's cool, you know. I enjoy your Harry Potter and your butterbeer. By the way, when we went
Butterbeer's fire, brother.
when we went down to Orlando,
Florida. Yes.
it was a diverse nation drinking up that butterbeer.
Man, that
And we
butterbeer
saw
was good
all
as hell,
creeds
man.
and colors
Yes.
drinking the butterbeer. So that was a beautiful sight to see. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
That was it. All right, y'all.
Gonna get a little extra power today.
Yeah, we'll give you a little bit of time because we went over, but the topic required it. So, with that being said, the power is yours. People lovely and a present on the screen, almost like the Brady
hey.
Bunch. We're only missing like 3 more rows. So,
Hey.
who is going to be first to fire off
Ed,
the question? Wolverine
Thank
Solid
you,
X says
Takeem.
Mando was excellent today.
Yes,
Yes,
it
it was.
was.
Yes,
Yes, it
it
was.
was.
I
It
didn't
is-
see it. I didn't see it.
You know, it's
We're
We're not gonna
bad.
say anything, but like that show, that is, I said it like on my Facebook earlier. That is prime Star Wars content right now.
Yes.
Go ahead, Dido.
100%.
Love it.
Go ahead, Dido. What you saying? I thought you were saying something.
I was, but then I forgot.
You know it's
Oh.
bad. You know it's
Oh
bad.
man, brain.
Old man brain.
So-
I watched The Last of Us
Mhm.
Uh-oh.
more than I've ever watched Mando. So now when I'm watching Mando with Dido, all I can hear is Joel. I don't know.
That's funny.
Watch Mandalorian first.
All right, so Hand of Omega put it out in the chat earlier. He says, Transformers fans, what was your favorite combiner team and why? That's a good one.
Favorite combiner team?
Yes,
a hard
favorite
one. I like
combiner team and
Predaking.
why? That's a good one.
Yeah, Predaking.
Predaking.
Predaking was
Between
awesome.
Predaking and Bruticus. Those are my top 2 favorites of all time. Predaking was a savage, and his entire team was badasses.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
entire team.
Yes.
Bruticus had a couple of people that were like, I don't know. But when he became Bruticus, he was a badass.
Yes.
But Predaking,
Yeah.
Predacons were just, they named the entire faction after them in freaking Beast Wars because they were that
Predaking.
badass.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me,
I was partial to Tiger Hawk personally, but
yeah, no, I get that. In classic G1 Transformers, the Predacons had the coolest looking combiner.
Yeah, I
without
think so.
without question. Predaking was just that deal. But my favorite combiner team is probably always going to be the Constructicons.
Yeah, because there's 6 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
fair.
always going to be
and they were the
Constructicons.
first.
Devastator was the man.
All
Did
right,
you like the
Grant-
one with the balls?
The balls.
Oh goodness,
Balls,
not that
come
one.
on, man.
That
No,
doesn't
of
count.
course not. I thought
Grand-
that was an absolute.
No.
Grand Finals
Travesty.
Gaming highlighted a message. Favorite lightsaber in all of Star
Oh, that's
Wars.
good.
Ooh.
Let's go.
The one that says
One.
bad motherfucker on it.
Go ahead,
my
Sam.
God.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Sam.
Ahsoka's lightsaber.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which version of
I
Ahsoka's
co-sign.
lightsabers?
The dualies. The
No,
dualies.
oh, no,
she's
she had
The
two
white
different
ones.
ones. She had
She's
two
had
different
two.
ones.
She's had two.
Yeah.
The white
The
ones.
ones that
So-
Anakin gave her.
So her second pair or her samurai style pair?
The white ones.
Okay.
So the ones that
The
those are
samurai-
the ones
the-
that Anakin gave her, right?
The ones that Anakin gave her
He
were
gave
blue.
her a green one. Oh, I thought it was green.
They were blue.
Well, I
To,
like
they
the
were
white-
blue to
I
be like
the white
his.
ones.
So
Yeah.
the white bladed ones,
Yeah,
the
which
ones
was the
that
one
she
she
made
carried.
herself
So
later.
the one she carried in the
Yes.
show, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
in Rebels.
No.
Yeah.
In
No.
Mandalorian, live action, right?
Yeah. She was in
Yeah.
the animated one too, right?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
she definitely was.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
I'm saying is the ones you're describing are her samurai style ones.
Yes, those are
Yeah.
The
cold.
ones that are more like flat. They look like,
Yeah, those are cold.
yeah, those are
Th-
awesome.
those are-
Did
those
anybody
cold.
see Zeb today though? That was
Yes,
fucking
that was
awesome.
so
the fact
cool.
That, the fact that they got him in live action was awesome.
Yes,
No
that was
spoilers,
so cool.
Darth Maul only because that was the first time we saw the saber staff. Absolutely, Guy Jordan, I
Yeah.
agree. My favorite is always going to be Vader's because it's Vader's.
Mhm.
What about Palpatine?
Palpatine's is awesome.
Palpatine's
but,
was
dude,
cool.
that mug is a fingerprint magnet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that thing is so freaking shiny. It's just
Yeah.
like it's like nothing but like you. I do not touch that without gloves on. That thing is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
I like Mace
Oh, yeah.
Windu's too. Mace Windu's actually is a good design, and of
Yeah.
course, it's the only purple one.
Yeah.
In
Head of
canon.
Omega says, "Would you buy
Well,
an
not-
$8,000 lightsaber?"
No.
Is he talking about that plasma one that
That's
they
a
that
car
they
The
want?
saber.
well, he sent us
Used car
he sent us a
saber.
link to a saber, and it's like
$1,000.
all it is just it's real cute and fancy, and it's you can take it
Mhm.
apart, and it's got a spinning kyber. It's like
A
I
lot
don't
of
care.
intricate stuff in
Yeah,
there.
it's
that you're
like
never
that's a
gonna
great
look at.
showpiece, but I'm not gonna.
$8,000.
Man, no, you'd have to sign a waiver to look at that thing.
It was kind of
Yeah.
hard buying $200-300 lightsabers.
There you go.
when we got
Right.
to Florida.
Right.
Actually, no, we bought
Yeah.
between the two of us, we bought 3. So
Mm.
that
Yeah.
So I bought 3 by myself. I bought the custom one that I built myself. I bought Ahsoka's hilts,
Mm-hmm.
and I also bought the Darksaber.
Okay.
Which actually, the Darksaber that they sold there,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of trash.
No, it
if we're
is.
being honest,
The
it's
Neo,
kind
the
of
Neo
trash.
Pixel,
I'll-
the Neo
I'll
Pixel
say-
versions of those is better. Go ahead, Adobo.
Man, I just say we went to Disney and it was like, please take our money.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah,
came back
yeah.
so broke. We came back so
I'm
That's
still
what- that's
somewhat
why
digging
we
out from that
drove.
trip.
so broke.
I'm still somewhat digging out from that trip.
That's
after
why we
paying.
drove.
Man.
Because
Yeah.
if we would have flew down there.
Oh
you
my
would've-
God, have we
you would've-
flown down
No,
there? Oh my
actually,
God.
flying down there would have saved y'all some money. Flying down would have saved y'all some money because it would have been like harder to bring stuff back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
Like,
I had to look it up myself because I had to like revisit it. But like, I think like my favorite ones are the Star Killer ones from the Force Unleashed 2.
okay,
Star
okay.
Killer.
I think those are like my favorite ones.
Nice.
Like overall, and it's like even though like people kind of joked about like Kylo Ren's, like I'm partial to it because it's the first one we've seen with a hilt,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
No,
like
Kylo-
an actual hilt. So like it was like I thought the idea of it was kind of cool.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
I have 3 versions of Kylo Ren's saber. Like his saber has always been interesting to me. I like the design
Yeah.
of it. It's cool.
Because it's kind
Um,
of like almost like the first like broadsword lightsaber,
Mhm.
like in a way. And it's like, dude, it's like because it's kind of, I think what makes it interesting is because like that was like the first lightsaber I seen that looks like it's used as it's used like a heavy sword,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, and it was like, damn, like this is kind of neat. Like,
Yeah. All right. Grand Finals Gamer getting over there talking junk about the official sabers. He says he uses
Oh,
the dueling
dang.
sabers, which is
Well,
fine.
the
I
dueling
have
sabers are probably better
no. And again,
for dueling.
yeah, exactly. If you want some different designs, some different styles, some different looks, because I have some, but it's like
Right.
I like still having the original designs. Like I like having Mace's design and all of the various ones from the movies. And yes,
yeah,
I do like, the one that I have 2 dueling sabers basically. It's like I like them, but it's like I don't duel with them.
I want that Sword of Omens.
Who do we
hilt.
duel
That's
with?
the one I want.
They'll just
Yeah.
go over each other's houses and dual swords.
Oh
like,
no, it's,
like I'm
not,
just
not at that cost.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Now, granted,
Hey,
like, you
thank
gotta
you,
get
Grand
this-
Finals Gaming.
Thank
Nah,
you.
gifts,
Thank
so-
you.
yeah, I was
Thank
saying
you.
like you got to get the sparring grade ones.
I do have them. And yes, Hand of Omega, I do remember dueling in the theater when Revenge of the Sith came out.
Yeah.
But the thing is about dueling sabers, they are sturdy. And yes, realistically, if you break it, you're just going to break the blade. You can always buy another blade. That's, $30, $40, whatever.
Right.
As long as you don't hit the hilt and mess up the hilt. Because the hilt has a lot of electronics in it that can go bad. So there's things.
Does Star Trek have like the equivalent, like a phaser or something?
They have phasers. They got, but
there's no
sword.
They suck.
No, they suck because, like, okay, you're basically back to playing cowboys and Indians.
Or you playing laser tag.
Yeah, playing laser tag.
Laser tag.
Right.
Hey, I like laser tag.
And that's fine.
Yes, no slander.
Yeah.
Hey,
no.
okay. I am way more well versed in Star Trek than I will ever be in Star Wars. So I am the Trekkie in this group.
Remember in the Next Generation when the phasers used to be like a key fob?
It was a remote.
It used to be like a car key fob.
It was like,
But they went back to the guns in Picard.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. And again, it's not a full knock on Star Trek. But the reason I like the J.J. Abrams ones, when they first had that first phaser fight and everything was so fast, I was like, okay, this is what I've been waiting for.
Right, yeah.
Like all these other times.
But Kirk
I'm like, get the hell out of here, dude. I'm like, I can dodge
It's
that.
like Kirk flew.
You saw it in freaking the first J.J. Abrams. It's like, oh my God.
No, it's hilarious.
This is high energy. This is awesome. And then again, like Dido alluded to, I loved how you just switched from stun. It was just like, one little flip.
That was kind of cool.
That's probably the only Star Trek phaser I want.
But that right there would be kind of scary because if there's any malfunction and you flip that bitch around and you shot it What?
Yeah. I think that's probably why they switched that around.
Either way, that like I said, that first scene when they went to save Pike was like, dude, this is Star Trek on adrenaline.
JJ made it cool.
Yeah.
He made it cool.
Yeah.
JJ.
And if it wasn't for those movies, I think Star Trek would still be dead.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Honestly.
And,
a lot of people, go ahead, Fallen.
No, I was saying T Takeem brings up, of course, he says like favorite video game melee weapon. And I put that my favorite one would be Beowulf from Devil May Cry.
Okay. The gauntlets. Because I even like the stance change when he puts it on. He's just
damn, man.
that
Favorite video
bounce.
game melee weapon. That's tough, dude.
The fist
so
from Streets
many.
of Rage.
What was that? Wow, we need to get that on camera.
No, that's funny.
You're muted, Sam.
Damn, unmute yourself. There you are.
I'm fine.
He's
Cloud's
back.
Buster Sword.
Yeah,
Cloud's
that's a good one.
Wait, which one? Which
Wait.
one? The
Stop saying which one to me tonight.
No, I'm just saying.
Original game or Advent Children?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The original one.
Okay.
No, the
Advent
Advent
Children
Children one was cold.
I love the fact.
Okay,
I love the fact that one place in Gibraltar actually had that. It wasn't as big as it was supposed to be,
Right.
But they had, a miniaturized version of that. Should have bought that.
Says
So-
Soul Edge will be yours grand finals game.
No, you
Soul
said
Edge will
favorite
take-
video game melee weapon is a lightsaber or
Lightsaber.
Soul Edge.
Yeah, Soul Edge.
Soul Edge will take over you though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Corrupt
Right.
your possession. And again,
And
I
then
mean,
you
turn
become
you into a nightmare.
Nightmare.
You turn into nightmare. That'd
Right.
be
Now
kinda
you can
interesting.
get the
or it'll
now
kill
you can
you.
get the Soul Calibur and still be pure with it.
Yeah.
But
Soul
still.
Calibur, Siegfried ripped off a big
Okay, you
icicle.
know what? Here's my
basically.
favorite. Here's my favorite video game melee weapon. And some of you youngsters wouldn't even know anything about this.
Oh no.
The fucking steel pipe from Final Fight.
Everybody knows about the steel pipe, man. Hagar.
Not the young ones. They ain't played no Final Fight. Side
Dude, they
scroller.
brought
They ain't
Hagar
played
back
Final
in Marvel 3. Everybody knows Hagar.
Yeah.
And he had the pipe.
They should know it.
And
They
Cody
should.
in Street
Enough
Fighter
for Hagar.
5 has the pipe.
Cody. Oh, okay. All right.
He has
So
the he one of his V triggers is the pipe. The other V trigger is the
Okay.
knife. Cody is ridiculous.
yeah.
George
What's the Halo
Jetson.
energy sword called? The plasma sword.
Yeah.
Plasma
Hannah Omega says
sword.
the plasma sword. Which one? The one that
Probably from the game Plasma
the
Sword
game
that
Plasma
he keeps
Sword?
talking about. Like, bro,
Oh,
you need to
that-
get it out of your system to
Oh,
play
yeah.
Plasma Sword. or something.
now
my
that's a
little
good
brother
one.
got it.
Yeah.
My little brother got it.
Yeah. Squall's gun saber.
I never quite
Or
understood.
the gun sword.
The Lionheart gunblade.
Yeah, the Lionheart gunblade. That is awesome.
What about Keyblade?
No keyblades. I want the
I'm
I've
gonna
always
beat
thought
your
Key-
ass and unlock it at the
No,
same
I
time.
Exactly,
thought
there you go.
the notion of a keyblade was so ridiculously dumb.
Oh my god.
It's a
different-
fucking
Look,
key.
if it's the Oblivion Keyblade, then I can rock with it.
Yeah.
The Oblivion is dope.
I like. I'm gonna be real. I like the true awakened dragon sword from Ninja Gaiden 1
No, that's a good one.
because
Okay.
that thing cuts through everything.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden 1-1 or Ninja Gaiden 1-1-1?
What was-
Xbox One.
What was your guys' favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles weapon?
Favorite
Raph
weapon?
size.
The bow
Raph
staff.
No, Raph size.
staff.
Man.
Like as much as I love Donatello, Raph size were always sweet.
I like Leonardo. I like the double swords. so-
Swords.
Okay,
Okay.
dual katanas. Okay.
Chopping people up.
Yep,
All
yep,
right.
yep.
But the size for me for sure is.
I like
is-
the size.
Yeah, the size
too.
for sure.
Yeah.
See,
Size
look,
is always the
There's
best.
a reason why Donnie and Khalik are my favorite characters in all of
Oh, look.
fantasy media.
Look,
Okay.
me too. Like
Because you can go outside and beat them just by picking up a stick.
Hey man, it takes a lot of skill to wheels up.
Easy
man. Come on.
easy cosplay. I understand. That's
easy
I get it.
cosplay. That's
Yeah, all right.
Oh my goodness.
easy cosplay.
Okay,
Lollipop
I'm
chainsaw.
I'm actually gonna hop off if that's okay with everybody, so I can start my stream.
Yes.
Okay.
So
For
Sam.
hold on, let's-
purposes.
Well, hold on. Let's set up. Yeah, let's set up a raid
Yeah.
for her. So we'll let you
So
do your thing.
we will
and-
do that for sure.
Mhm.
Obviously, we got a few more minutes of the show, but kind of self-serving that Sam redeemed her own direct the raid in the chat. That was kind of
Nice.
self-serving, but
No,
whatever.
no, it's smooth. That's smooth.
Absolutely. Right.
It's
Put it
fine.
in there.
She says it's fine.
Exactly.
She's not running the show, but she said that's fine.
You know, she's right. She's right.
That's fine.
We support our own.
Yes, we do support our.
Yes.
So-
Love you too, guys.
Yeah. All right. So we'll see you in a few minutes.
Raid.
So
All right,
we'll
we'll see you soon.
see you in a few minutes there, Sam.
Bye.
All right. Well, you know, maybe I should have asked her what is she gonna play?
I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Everybody in the
Overwatch.
chat.
Overwatch, let's make it
Overwatch.
diverse.
Everybody in the
I bet she's
chat
gonna
will
be
find out
Overwatch.
at the
Let me
same
make it
time.
diverse.
Love
So,
Mina as
um,
well. She had some nice legs.
Let's see. Am I the only one?
slippery unless you Sam Santana.
How much?
I'm never gonna get over that. I swear.
All the Dido drops. All
Yeah,
the Dido
yeah.
drops. Love it.
Yep.
Slippery
Um,
Sam Santana,
Yeah, that's
baby.
funny. No, that's 100. Yeah, that's 100%. That's so funny.
Boy.
Jeez, Louise. All right. So, anybody want to talk about any of the news like that we talked about earlier? Obviously, John Wick 4.
How was that? Was
great.
it okay? Great.
So
Yeah.
It is a
it was
John
a
Wick.
How was
great
okay? I didn't
ending.
see it. So how was the pacing?
Long.
It was longer.
It
Was
than
it
was
slow? Was it
long.
DC?
No,
Was
no.
DC slow? Okay.
No. So it definitely was like a roller coaster. It went up,
All right.
went down, up,
Yeah.
down.
He
up,
Did you
did
feel
that.
manipulated like in Thor, the last Thor, where it's like brakes, gas brakes, left,
Kind
right?
of. If you're, I mean, like I haven't seen it yet, but like one thing that I've noticed is that they've always stayed consistent with how they pace it. So
Okay.
you know, it'll get you in really quick, and some crazy shit happen. You got like some little slow exposition to kind of world build a little bit, and then revs back up and all that. So you know, it's like I never had an issue with the pace. It's like it's one of those things where it's just like, dude, like I'm enjoying this ride. Like, let's go.
I was kind of getting tired of his scissor takedown. Though I was like, bro, you're gonna do that
Well,
again?
You know,
Hey,
that's,
man.
that's his
I
go-to.
mean, it works.
No, absolutely.
I get it.
That's his
It
go-to.
works.
Hey man, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, man, like
Right.
it's practical.
It works. I
All
get
right.
it.
Grand
But-
Finals Gaming said Tekken fans had a buffet of content today.
They did.
Agreed.
Yes,
They
they
did.
did.
Oh yeah.
At the same time, I want some new characters because every one of these trailers looks like stuff you can already do in Tekken 7 minus the little Heat Rush run-up because they're showing old
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
It's like I need some new people to
I
get
feel-
me excited. I'm going to buy the game anyway. That's already a
I
given.
feel like they're gonna try to save that until the game drops because it's like I think they're just basically just showing off like just how good the game looks so far. Like I just think like if anything new, they're probably just gonna just wait until the game itself drops.
Well, Grand Final said we're getting new characters revealed this weekend.
Hey, that's
so
cool.
we'll
All right.
See
see.
what they got
That's
in
what's up.
store.
Oh, Evil
That's what's
Japan. Fair enough.
Okay.
That makes sense.
There you
So-
go. There you go.
So yes, it was absolutely rough seeing Lance Reddick and John Wick 4 this weekend, especially with what happened to Charon, Charon and Sharon
His name is Sharon.
in the film, because that kind of only really made it hit home even more.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Dude,
you know,
Aw.
that was just wrong. But I did love my man Scott Adkins in the fast.
Yeah.
That shit was dope.
nobody
man.
can tell me Scott Atkins can't act now.
Yo,
he
man.
actually put on some chops, man. He was that you. There was some chops going on there because
somebody reached James Gunn and tell him to cast him as Batman.
If you look at his Yuri Boyka movies,
yes,
he's not Russian by any standpoint, but he plays it really well. It's like the dude's good, and you know, it's like, hey.
Speaking of real quick, what Will says, when I was sitting in the theater, dude, and I was like, they need to put John Wick in Tekken 8 because I was like, they put Negan in here. I'm like, they put Negan in here, but I'm literally sitting in the theater like, man. If I can put that word out, John Wick need to be in Tekken 8 against character.
If fucking Nina can have guns, John Wick can have a gun in Tekken 8. Go ahead, put him in there as against character.
The only thing with Nina is they pretty much got her looking like she raided Ada Wong's wardrobe in there.
Yeah.
Yes. Bro, yes.
It's like, I love Nina, but it's like, bro, like, come on.
Yes, 100%.
All right, so is Sam all ready? To go?
Let me go and check to see if she is ready, and if she is ready, then
Legolas would fit more in Soul Calibur, dude. I think he's past his what you call.
Yeah,
past that.
He would. Time. I mean, he would. I mean, he'd be like a glorified Link, but yeah.
Yeah, Yujiro Hanma, I think, would be great in Tekken 8.
No, I want him. Well, okay, I want him and Baki. Him and Baki.
I want him and one of them. I think they should put in there. Baki
like, go back to hand-to-hand combatants, damn it! Like,
if they put in Yujiro, bring back Akuma. So
yes,
Akuma versus Yujiro.
That'd be cool.
Yes.
All right, that would be a dope face-off.
I still because the text because the damn chat keeps moving. I can't see if Sam is ready or not. So I will if I start the raid.
Can't start the raid if she's not ready.
Oh yeah, she's live. She's
go.
live. She's ready.
All right, y'all get ready to be transported.
We're getting ready to wrap up the show. But before we get out of here and before we start the raid, I need to let you guys know what's going on next week. So next week, if you are a fan of comics, you're gonna want to not miss this one. The Dawn of DC has just kicked off. We'll be talking about the new direction that DC is going to be moving in. A lot of exciting news stories. Great jumping on point for those of you who are into DC comics. It has me more excited for DC than Marvel right now, honestly, if we're being honest. So make sure you come back for that one, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, right here next week. All right, I'm getting ready to start the raid.
Show this beautiful new T-shirt.
Yeah, look at that new shirt. Look at that, man. Get that camera on Dido.
Oh, the camera on Dido. What?
Look at that.
Oh, it's a Samus Aran bike motorcycle.
Zebbies.
It's very much like Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
So that one's going to be in the shop soon as well. So make sure you see that.
Yep.
Hey, my man over there knows his ABCs.
Hey, there you go.
All right.
Yeah, little genius over here.
All right.
Kid genius.
See? He knows how to raise them, right? All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and get ready to get out of here. Enjoy Sam playing Motto Anomalies. I guess that's what she's playing.
A
new game on the PS5. So
her awesome
make sure you
personality.
enjoy that. And also, if you enjoyed the show, make sure you come back next week for Culture Junkies Live for my friends, the Great Daddy Kuji. Great Daddy Kuji, excuse me.
Daddy Kuji, man.
Adobo Girl, GQ, Sam Taro, Fallen Marvel, and Simon Says. I'm Kishiro. See you guys next week. Get this damn hat off of me. Damn hat off of me.
See y'all.
Damn hat off of me.
Hit them credits.
What?
He's hitting
stupid ass shirt off of me. You know what? I know you paid a lot of money for this shirt, so I ain't gonna rip it. I ain't gonna rip it off like Hulk Hogan. But damn it!
All right, it was a great.
I want to be wearing this shirt. Damn it!
But you have no. There he is. Look at him.
Kendrew. When's number 2?
Yeah, someone's gonna be 3 this weekend.
Wow.
Birthday coming up.
3 years old? Has it been that?
Wow,
Really?
Yep.
It goes by so fast.
He's a 2020 baby. Yep.
Listen, man.
Is he a big brother already or not yet?
He's about to be. He's about to be.
Something